Nisha Azali, and welcome back to my channel. So I wasn't planning on doing a video like this, but today, since it worked for me, I'm just gonna try and help someone else out there that may be in the same situation as myself. But yeah, anyway, so long story short, about, I don't even know what day it was, last week, I tested positive for COVID-19. I don't know how I got it. I don't know where I got it, but I have it. I'm at the point where I'm not contagious, but I'm still quarantining in, my room just to be safe. I was shocked because I don't really go anywhere. If I do, it's like to Walmart or, to the grocery store. And even then, I'm always in a mask. And even recently, I've been wearing face shields over my mask. So I don't know how I got it, like I said, or where I got it. I'm making this video because one of the main symptoms that I have that actually is what made me realize that I have COVID before I even got tested is I lost my sense of smell and my sense of taste. Now, this was like day 5 maybe. I'll get into my symptoms, but like day 5 is when I lost my sense of taste and my sense of smell, or when I realized it. And it was it was because I use a toothpaste. It's like it tastes like bleach to me. It's like a whitening toothpaste, and I've always thought it was super nasty. And so that morning when I was brushing my teeth and I couldn't taste it, that's when I knew, because I heard stories of people who have, who tested positive for COVID, and they say they lost their sense of smell and sense of taste. So when I couldn't taste that, toothpaste or the mouthwash, like I knew. And that day I went and got tested, and then my test came back about 2 days later, and it said I was positive. So I'm not sure if you know, but sometimes when you lose your sense of smell, it can be permanent. But that's not the case for me. I rebuke that. And that's actually why I'm making this video, because I found something that I've been doing at home to get my sense of smell back. Now it's like, I think it's like day 12 for me. So yeah, I'm not technically contagious anymore. I'll get into that too, because I feel like this COVID shit is just some bull crap. But anyways, I'll get into that later. But my sense of taste, I would say, is about 80%. It's not fully back yet, but I can definitely taste certain things. It don't taste, like for example, I can taste something, but it's like I can taste that one ingredient way more than the other ingredients. So like I had drank a Capri Sun, the Pacific Cooler. Usually, that's my favorite kind. Usually I can drink it. I can't really tell the difference of what fruit is in there. But this time when I drank it, all I tasted was apple. So at least I'm tasting something. So I would say about 80% is back with my taste. With my smell, to be honest, I would say like 10%. But I know this is working because I recently started doing this and it's been helping. And today is my first time, like, okay, today I feel like I got to 10% because before I wasn't smelling anything. So what I'm about to show you is helping me, and it may help you if you're in the same situation. So what I've been using is, I have a lot of Bath and Body Works lotions, like a whole bunch of them. So right now, I got 6 with me right now. It doesn't matter how many you use, but so if you don't have Bath and Body, basically you're going to try to train your smelling senses back. So if you don't have like Bath and Body Works lotions or any type of lotions that's potent, like to where you can really smell it, you can use oils. Use something that has kind of a strong scent to it. So and so with the 6 lotions I got here, I try to use some that wasn't similar to the other. Like I want completely different smells. And so what I basically do is, So if you don't have, and use like at least 3 different scents. I would say 4 or more, just, but it doesn't matter. Use what you got. And even if you only have one thing with a strong scent, use that, and I'll show you how to do it. So basically, one of the lotions is Japanese cherry blossom. This is a strong smell, so I use that. I also have, I don't even know how to pronounce this, but this is one of my favorite ones. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Gingham, I don't know, but it's that one. I also have Pretty as a Peach. I have Winter Candy Apple. This is actually another strong smell too. And then I have Rose, because this smells like flowers. It smells like roses, so I know this would help. And then I have a Warm Vanilla Sugar. This isn't really strong, but I know what it smells like. So speaking of that, when you smell these, what you want to do too is, because it's basically, you need to signal, you're trying to train your senses, which signals your brain of what you're smelling. So when you're sniffing these, because that's what you're going to do, sniff them. When you're sniffing these, you want to imagine the smell. I already know what all these smells like. So when I'm smelling them, I'm going to try and imagine that as I'm smelling them. So like, think of bananas. If you're smelling bananas, you know what a banana smell like. So as you're sniffing the banana scent, you want to imagine bananas. You remember, you're trying to train your brain into recognizing what you're smelling. So also, you don't want to take a deep breath when you're smelling these. You want to just take like a regular inhale, like that. And then I would say do that about 3 to 4 times with each one. But like, say I do this one first about 3 to 4 times. I'm going to wait and just take, a couple of breaths so I can kind of try to clear that scent out, and then go to the next one. Now, starting off, like me, I couldn't smell nothing. So when I was first doing these, I couldn't smell nothing. So it feels like it's useless, but it's not, because like I said, today I started to smell a little bit. And this is just how you train your smell senses to come back. But remember, imagine what you're smelling. I know what all these smell like. So when I'm sniffing them, I'm going to, think of it in my head. And so basically, if you do this, if you lost your sense of smell, do this every day. Do it like 2 to 3 times per day. And I'm telling you, it'll work. It'll work. I think I started this like maybe 3 days ago. Before that, I had no luck getting my smell back. So to me, this is working. This is what's been working for me. The only thing that has worked for me. So like I said, if you are someone that has lost your sense of smell and it hasn't came back, which I looked online, and a lot of people are in the comments of certain videos saying like it's been, some people said months, some people said weeks. So I'm telling you, this works. You're basically training yourself to get your sense of smell back. And like with if you're gonna use like a lotion, make sure you're shaking it real good before you do it. And this is basically what I do. So this is the Warm Vanilla Sugar. Now let me use this one. I'm gonna use the rose one. Shake it. Open it. And usually I know with these, all I barely had to do before is just like push on the bottle. Okay, that came out. Hold on. All I had to do before is barely push on the bottle, and then that air that comes out, you can smell it, because Bath and Body Works, the scent is strong. So, and I'm telling y'all, I swear this is no lie. Like, I can smell something. Before, I promise y'all, it just was like air. I didn't smell nothing. But I swear to y'all, I smell something now. This really works. Anybody lost their sense of smell, try this. Doesn't have to be lotion, just any type of scent that you can that is a strong scent. Now, if I was blindfolded and I had to smell this, I can't say, oh, it's roses or it's flowery. Like, I couldn't say that, but I do smell a scent, which is like I said, way more than what I could smell before. I can definitely smell that. So I'm just gonna wait, take a couple seconds. And then I'll do the Japanese cherry blossom one. I swear, I can even smell it still in my hands. That's crazy. This works, y'all. And it's giving me hope because I was scared for a minute. I could smell this too. But the thing with this one, I know that this is strong. Like, I know the type of smell this is. So it's not as strong as it normally would be, but I can definitely smell that. I wouldn't be able to tell you what it was if I couldn't see it, but I can definitely smell it. This really works. And I'm just going to do one more because you guys get the point. I'll do the more softer one, the warm vanilla sugar. I swear, y'all, this works. I promise y'all, this really works. So please try it if you know someone who has lost their sense of smell. Try it. I promise you. And give it, I would say give it 3 days. And I guarantee you, you'll start to smell something. And this is more than what I was smelling earlier. So it really, really works. I promise y'all. What else? Oh, just real quick, I wanted to say, since I'm already talking about it, for anybody that want to know, my very, very, very first symptom was like an itchy throat. And I say itchy because it wasn't sore, and it wasn't even, the scary part is it wasn't enough for me to think, okay, something's wrong. I would have never, at that point, I would have never thought that it would lead to COVID. Never. When I say itchy, it wasn't even, it was just basically like a, it started, how can I explain it? It started like a tickle in my throat. That's it. It wasn't super sore, and it wasn't to the point where, you know, it's bothering me. It was just a simple tickle in my throat. And then maybe like the next day, excuse me, the next day I developed a dry cough, which was, you know, not normal. So I figured, okay, something's going on because I have a cough, you know. And so, and then my throat got like a little bit sore, but like I said, it wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. So I had that cough, and it wasn't, yeah, I knew with the cough it was something, but it wasn't like I said, it wasn't a bad cough. It was a dry cough, and it wasn't, it was throughout the day, but I wasn't coughing like my lungs out. It was regular. And then what really said, okay, something is kind of off, is I started to feel hot. I'm never hot, like I'm always cold, but I started to feel hot to where I didn't want my robe on because I work from home. I usually have my robe on and a cover over my legs, but I realized I took them both off, and I'm like, you know, this ain't normal. And then some hours later, I got super cold to the point I remember standing up, and I was like, dang, it's kind of cold. And I literally felt the goosebumps on my arm. And I looked down and I seen the bumps, and I'm like, okay, first I was hot. And then it's weird, like now I'm super cold. And then I immediately thought fever, and then chills. Oh, and then I have a cough. So then I'm thinking like, okay, you know, something ain't right. I know, you know, I had COVID in the back of my mind, like, oh shit, you know. And then, like I said, the thing that really told me for sure, even before I took the test, is when I brushed my teeth that morning. I think it was like a Sunday morning. I couldn't taste the toothpaste or the mouthwash, which is, they're both real strong, and I could not taste it. I couldn't, and then I realized I couldn't smell either, which I had already scheduled my appointment I scheduled my appointment for the COVID test on Friday, and it wasn't until Sunday when I was able to go take it. And that's the day that I realized I lost my sense of taste and smell. And then so Tuesday is when I got my test back. It came back positive. But I just want to say this. I had symptoms which caused me to get a COVID test. You may not have symptoms and still be walking around with COVID. That is the reason. In my head, I came up with this. That is the reason why it's spreading so fast and so much. Not only are people being careless, but people are walking around thinking in their head, I've done this and I've done that and I haven't gotten it yet, so I'm not tripping, I'm not quarantining, I'm not staying in the house, which is not necessarily true. You could be walking around with it, giving it to other people and not knowing. So just by you thinking that you're dodging COVID, you may not be. You may not be dodging COVID. You may have it and just be asymptomatic, which means you don't get no symptoms. It's very possible. I had the symptoms, which made me get tested. I never wanted to get tested because I don't like stuff going up my nose and all that. But I had to do it. When I had the symptoms, I'm like, okay, I can't be selfish because I can easily give it to somebody else and they may not take it, they may not get through it. So that thought was always in my head. So I went and got tested. Also, you shouldn't be selfish because like I said, you can be asymptomatic. You may have had it a whole bunch of times and not even known. But think about this. Everybody that you came in contact with, you don't know, you could have got someone sick. They could have went home and gave it to their child who isn't as lucky to get through it like you were, or gave it to their elder, parents or something. You don't know. You never know. Some people can handle it with no symptoms. Some people may have symptoms and it's just mild, but some people get really sick and pass away, or just get really sick and, be in ICU. So my thing is, let's be smart. I think, a lot of people say this shit is not real. It's definitely real. I believe that COVID was intentionally put out there. I do believe that. But for the people who saying that COVID is not real, that's not true. I have it. And I didn't get it from taking a test like some people say. Obviously, something was wrong with me, which made me go take the test. So it definitely is real. The whole sense of smell, and I usually never get sick. So like I said, I don't barely have my taste back. I don't have my smell, just a little bit. And the fevers, the chills, I had all that. Thank God my symptoms wasn't as worse as they were, or as a lot of other people. Thank God. But y'all, COVID is real. I believe that COVID was intentionally put out here. But it's definitely real. Just be safe. It's like, the scary part is you can have it and not know. We do what we got to do over here. And I still got COVID. So if y'all one of them people who be partying and doing all this and all that, and y'all thinking that y'all dodged COVID, think again. You can just be asymptomatic. You could have had it a few times and not known, but gave it to plenty of other people who may not be as lucky as you. So all I'm saying, I'm not trying to preach to nobody. I'm just telling y'all this shit is real. And you may be lucky, but the person you give it to may not be as lucky. That could be a kid, that could be an elder, it could be your parents. So don't be selfish. There's people that's been sick that have not went and got tested. That still goes around other people. That's not cool. But that just goes to show you can't trust everybody you be around. My perspective is different, y'all. I have an 8-year-old son that has been quarantined with me the whole time. Thank God he doesn't complain. Thank God that he knows how to deal with situations. You know what I'm saying? But to keep an 8-year-old quarantined, not only in a house, but in a room this whole time, like, that shit is not cool. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't care. Like, ain't nobody coming over, ain't none of that, because it was me and my son quarantined. We had to go through that. So I refuse to have people around me that don't take that shit serious. Even right now, like, it's day 12 for me. I'm not all the way back. Like, they say I'm not contagious technically after the 10th day, which I don't even think they know what they're talking about. But even right now as we speak, I have a headache. My symptoms, besides my taste coming back and besides my smell starting to come back, nothing else have changed. Like, when you get sick, you have a cold, you start to get better. I haven't noticed none of that. Today was the first day I started to smell something. And like I said, my taste probably came back like 2 days ago. And, I'm still at like 80%. But last night, in the middle of the night, for like 4 hours, I had a pounding headache. And to be honest, I think when I get these headaches is when my temperature go up. I think that I'd be having like a fever. Last night, I didn't even take my temperature because I don't want to be like, dang, I have a fever. Let me take some Tylenol. I don't like taking medicine. So I just laid there and dealt with it. How is it 2 weeks later and I'm still feeling the same symptoms I felt? Y'all, this shit ain't fun. If you don't got to go through it, don't go through it. My symptoms aren't as bad as they could be, but that don't make them good. The shit don't feel good. I promise y'all. And like I said, I have an 8-year-old. I didn't get him tested because I knew he wouldn't like the test. It would have been hard for him to do that test. And I knew that I was just going to quarantine him. He has to be with me. So I just quarantined him as if he had it. But this ain't fun. This ain't nothing that you think, okay, I'm going to go to this party. It's worth it. It's not. I'm telling y'all, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But yeah, those are my symptoms. It don't have to be no crazy symptoms, y'all. Just a cold. No, the fuck, it's not just a cold. It's a possibility that you have COVID. It's the same symptoms as a cold. The way I knew, like I said, the way I knew for sure, the difference between a cold and COVID is when I lost my sense of smell and my sense of taste. Mind you, my mom had pretty much the same symptoms. She didn't lose her sense of taste and smell. I think she did, but it was like she didn't lose it all the way. Because when I lost mine, she still had hers. But it's possible that you can just have a little, you may think you just have a little cold. And because you didn't lose your sense of taste or smell, you think it's just a cold. No. Go get tested and quarantine so you don't give nobody else the shit, okay? One of the doctors told my mom that after 10 days, you're not contagious. So if that's the case, why have they been telling us after 14 days? Like, who makes the rules? Do y'all just wake up one day and say, okay, you're not contagious no more after, we don't want to say 14 days no more, we'll say 10 now. Like, how do y'all know? And then I recently heard, this is my first time hearing this, that it stays in your system for 90 days. So what is telling them that you're not contagious? If it says in your system for 90 days, how do y'all know for sure that we're not contagious? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know. So long story short, if you don't have it, try not to get it. Meaning stay out the way. Stay home. This shit is irritating. Trust me, I know. But stay out the way till this shit is over. Please stay out the way because this shit is crazy. It's out there for sure. It's not fake. It's real. I don't know how it got here. I believe it was purposely. But just stay out the way. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like I said, I'm blessed. You know, I'm still fighting through this. And it is what it is. I'm going to get through it. But y'all, be safe out there. I really pray this COVID situation goes away. In Jesus' name, I pray. But yeah, y'all, if you're someone who lost your sense of smell, or if you know someone who has lost their sense of smell, please tell them about the trick that I've been doing, trying to train your smell to come back. It does not have to be lotion. It could be anything with a strong scent. Even if it's not that strong, if it has a scent that you're familiar with, try it. I promise you. Give it like 3 days. Do it every day, 2 to 3 times a day. I promise you it helps. I would recommend you trying something because if you look up online, the sense of smell can be very hard to come back. Like I said, sometimes it doesn't come back as permanent, but we rebuke that. We just gonna help train ourselves. And I've noticed people that hasn't tried to do anything, it's been weeks that they haven't had their smell. So just try it and then, yeah, we'll go from there. But I just hope everybody stays safe. I hope this COVID situation is over soon. Everybody's saying they can't wait to 2021. But the thing is, nobody's realizing that we're in December basically already. 2021 is around the corner. We're definitely going into 2021 with this COVID mess. So instead of just focusing on 2021, like COVID's not going to be there no more, let's do things that's going to protect ourselves and protect our families until this shit ends. And no, I'm not taking a vaccine, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, y'all, be safe. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching this video. Send it or share it to anybody you think this may help. But yeah, I'll see y'all. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all soon.